This is the plaintiff, Zakiya Duncan. She says the defendants crashed their car into her parked car and then continued on and crashed into her aunt's house. The defendants say their brakes failed. Their insurance is trying to rip her off, and she's here suing for the $3,000 additional it's going to cost to fix her car. These are the defendants, Yonette Hooper and her son Joshua Yearwood. Yonette says she had $10,000 worth of damage to her car, and she wasn't even driving it. Her son was. She has full coverage from her insurance company. They're handling things with the plaintiff, and she has no idea why she's coming after them now for more money when she was already paid by the insurance. They're accused of losing control.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant's son crashed the plaintiff's car, and it was ferocious. The car ended up in her aunt's house. Now, the defendant says that the plaintiff got fully paid by her insurance. It is the case of Bang Bang.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Zakiya Duncan, you are suing Yonette Hooper and Joshua Yearwood. You are a mother and child?
Yes.
Okay, for $3,000, a statutory maximum, because according to you, you're out double that because he crashed into your car, correct?
Yes.
All right, what happened?
Okay, I parked my vehicle right in front of my aunt's house. I was on my way to a bowling party in Linden. So I got a call from my aunt saying that somebody hit my car. So I get to the scene. When I get to the scene, Yonette and some other people was like in front of, like, got out their car. And I asked her, like, what happened? She told me that her brakes went out, she hit my car, and then she went into my aunt's house. She messed up the gate.
She did?
Or I wasn't there, so my aunt knows more of the story.
I assume you hear the crash?
I was in the window actually before it happened because I'm always in the window.
How is it that every witness is always at the window? Does anyone actually have a job and stuff to do and whatever else? Is magically everybody's at the window? Go
I
ahead.
live in the window, and it came around. The Jeep came around the corner. So came around the corner and just went into her car. And
What made him go into her car? Do you
I have
know?
no idea.
Okay.
That's the thing. I was like,
So is it he or is it her? Who's driving?
he was.
And are they both in the car or just him?
Both of them was in the car.
Both of them are in the car. Okay, go on.
So once after that happened, he went directly into our porch. The Jeep ran directly into the porch. Our porch is tore up.
I have pictures and
Wow.
everything.
Let me see. What kind of car do you have?
I have a 2009 Honda Civic Coupe. I only had it for 3 months,
Ugh. Wow.
and I'm still making
What
payment.
happened?
Basically,
Who was driving?
I was.
You
I
were.
was.
What happened?
Basically, it's the same thing that she just told you, but the only difference is the brakes did went out.
How did the brakes go out?
I don't know. It just
Really?
just failed. It
You weren't
failed
just
on
not
me.
paying attention? Was there a curve?
Huh?
Was there a curve?
It was. I was in the middle of the street when it happened. So
Yeah, I know. Everybody's in. Okay. Was there a curve just before it where you might have lost control? Was there a curve before it or no?
It's like it was a car in back of her car, and it's like the way when I
Is there a curve or isn't there? That's
It's
simple...
a curve, but the
Okay.
car's just
Were you going
parked
too
in,
fast?
Yes, ma'am.
Why were you going so fast?
Okay. The defense is the brakes failed. You buying it?
No, I just think they weren't paying attention. That's like the oldest trick in the book, like to say.
Who here in the last 10 years has had a car where the brakes failed once? Anybody? Anybody? 15 years. It's okay. Now you're starting to raise your hand.
Yeah, I was actually with a producer. We're on a movie shoot, and he had this old car, and he didn't take care of it, and actually the brakes did fail.
How long ago?
Oh, it's probably about almost 20 years ago.
Okay, well there you go. That's my point. Going inside the courtroom.
I wasn't really going fast, but like when I turned the corner, it was.
Yeah, that's why you got to slow down when you're taking a corner,
It was a
pal.
little fast.
How long have you been driving?
Like a year.
Okay, what's his defense? I'm sorry, because it just sounds like he just confessed. So I'm trying to understand what the defense is.
Not his defense so much. I wasn't even in my car. I wasn't
weren't even in
there.
the car?
No, I wasn't even there. But
Okay, now I'm really confused because my understanding is you told your insurance company that you were driving.
because he was not on my insurance.
So
but
you
he
committed
lives
insurance
in-
fraud?
No.
Yes. If you lied to your insurance company about who was driving,
I have uninsured driver
stop talking
coverage.
and listen to my question. If you lied to your insurance company about who was driving, that is insurance fraud. Why would you do that? Because it's in your best interest to be dishonest?
No.
Well, it sure sounds that way. So what happened with your insurance? What'd they do?
My insurance went up, of course.
Well, yeah, I don't mean what happened that affects your best interest. I
Okay.
meant what happened with your insurance compensating, don't interrupt me,
Okay.
compensating the person whose lives you ruined, okay? Maybe that's going too far. You destroyed her car that was 3 months old, and you destroyed her porch. So I'm really interested in what happened with your insurance vis-a-vis them. I know all you care about is your rate, but I want to know what happened to them. What did they do? Did they pay? Did they not pay? Did they pay part?
My insurance offered to pay them, pay for the damages.
Okay.
I have the letter here.
Offered? Let me see the letter. So did they pay to repair your porch?
What happened was, her insurance company was paying out $5,000. We had to split it down the middle, split it in half.
The house and my car.
Wait, look.
And I estimate,
But
my
why
estimate,
$5,000?
that's all her
Because
insurance
they said-
paid out.
That she didn't have
No,
enough
not
coverage.
why. I'm not asking what did they pay out. I'm asking why did they decide that it was limited to $5,000?
Because that's my property damage they said is on my
Oh,
insurance.
that's your cap and
That's
oh,
what they
wow.
said,
You
because I
really
have
weren't
it-
paying for it.
I have it here.
So, what's her defense? What's her defense?
She called me and she harassed. Within
She
her and her
harassed you.
aunt,
What is
they
your
were
defense?
harassing me.
What is your defense to destroying all their property? Nothing, really, right? I mean, do you have it? Do you have a defense?
Oh, man.
Right. So, she's here because the car is in your name, right?
Yes.
Right. But is it her fault?
Oh, man.
Right. Are you working?
No.
What do you do all day?
I do music.
Okay, you're gonna have to put the music in the back shelf and you're gonna have to get a paying job because this is not her problem, it's your problem. But because the law is the way the law is, if it's your car, it's your problem too. And I don't feel bad for you because you knew he was driving that car and he shouldn't have been driving that car if he wasn't insured to drive that car. So the judgment is gonna be against both of you. What you do and how you get your house in order is your business. But if my kid crashed my car that I was dumb enough to give them, I would want them to pay the whole thing. And music would have to take a back burner for a couple months until he raises the money to be able to pay it. Now, you're suing for $800 for transportation expenses. You're suing for $2,000 in car payments while you haven't been able to use your car. And you're suing for the insurance that you've paid, even though you can't use your car. And you're suing for pain and suffering. You're not entitled to pain and suffering in an accident case. That's for injury type cases. You're not entitled to the carrying costs of your car because you can't afford to fix your car. Otherwise, we could turn a case this big into a case this big. Every plaintiff has an obligation to stop the hemorrhaging, to mitigate their damages by getting the car repaired. I understand as a practical matter why you didn't. You don't have the dough. I get it. Yeah. But that's still the law, and it applies to you as much as it applies to anybody else. You understand? But in any event, it's all academic in your case because I am going to award you the maximum statutorily allowable anyway, and I'm going to order that judgment against both defendants to compensate you for the additional $3,000 that it's going to cost to repair your car. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So the plaintiffs have collected the maximum $3,000 on this case, and so step on in here. And what's your reaction coming out of the courtroom after this? You feel bad putting your mom through all this, how this went down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had a chance to apologize to her or anything you want to say to her about all this?
None of y'all business.
All right. And your reaction to this outcome?
She made a fair judgment.
Okay.
At least the harassment can stop now.
All right. Okay, around the corner there, documents wait for you. All right, step on in here. All right, so you satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, I'm very happy. I've been waiting for my car for 6 months. And I'm a full-time student. I'm graduating tomorrow with my associate's degree. I'm just happy.
Congratulations. What's the degree in?
communications broadcasting.
Oh, good luck. Harvey?
So look, I mean, we get this all the time. The brakes failed. Judges probably go into it not believing it, but in a situation like that, I'm telling you, there is no way you are going to win a case based on that defense unless you bring in an expert who can back up what you say.